Leftstickrightstick here, back again with Red's journey. As Red exits the tower, he's greeted by a snowy landscape looking up towards a great mountain. He notices the surroundings are a stark contrast to what had been before on his journey. The cold, snowy landscape was so different from the hot, dry deserts previously encountered on his journey here. He noticed a lot of carpet weeds buried in the snow, all frozen over, and he had to call out to them to gain their power. As he walked on towards the great mountain, Red became worried with the sight of the stone dragons flying overhead. He stuck close to the walls and stones, hoping to not be seen. As he slowly trudged through the snow, he notices a fellow druid coming running towards him, all frozen. But Red knew the power in his scarf and his robe was being sucked away, so he had no time to greet this fellow companion. He just soldiered on, but the strong winds in this valley pushed him back and stopped him from moving. Red was starting to freeze over as well, just like his companion, trying to get warmth and power from the carpet weeds that he passed. But as he did so, the strong winds pushed him back. All the progress in the last few minutes, few seconds, lost. And as he tries to replenish his power with the carpet weeds, he realizes he has to let it go. He uses the gravestones nearby to help shelter him from the strong winds. Red had a much longer scarf than his companion, but he feared that this coldness would sap away his powers before long, and he would also have a small scarf to draw power from. The pair carried on, using the gravestones as shelter from the winds, helping them proceed so they do not get blown back. Red tries to fly forward a bit, using up some of his energy, but hoping that he would get there faster. As they both waited behind the gravestones, they helped warm each other up, fueling themselves with more energy and power for their scarves to draw from. They walked through the narrow pass, and they're greeted by a field of smaller gravestones. Red thought to himself, what has he got himself into? How many a druid have fallen on this journey? They noticed the ruin and they found a carpet ray hiding and sheltering in the ruins. The carpet ray greeted them with joy and told them to go forward, but he would stay. The two druids walked up the slope, looking towards the mountain, filled with hope. Maybe they can get through this. As they slowly trudged up, they saw what looked like ruins, more ruins and buildings. As they ventured towards it, their hopes were dashed by the appearance of another stone dragon. They wanted to quickly run towards the building as fast as they could before that stone dragon could spot them. But the snow and the cold and the wind were just slowing them down. They could go no faster, even if they wanted. The winds push on. As they battle the winds, they quickly climb up the steps. And they notice a bridge, or a little alcove in the mountain. They try to quickly head towards it, but the cold and frost starting to get deep within their bodies, slowing them down. But finally, they managed to reach in. Sheltered from the wind, they call out. And here they've warmed up. Oh, the joy! Hope has now returned to our druid pair. Red flies up, noticing a little gap And there's here, hidden in the gap, an alcove above this warming shelter. He notices a wall carving which depicts an unpleasant picture: stone dragons floating above the ruins. Red, spurred by this imagery, decided he must go on quickly before he loses his nerve. He rushes out and finds a bridge. He quickly tries to cross it, as it is very open, and he's open to many dangers. He notices a carpet bridge section, but frozen over. He had to slowly bend it down by calling it. And as he floats over, the bridge still remained frozen. Neither the carpet bridge nor Red could draw power from each other. Once they cross the bridge, his companion joins him again, and they're greeted past the gateway to a vast snowy landscape. It just looked like snow was going an endless snow. They look up towards the mountain and they see stone dragons flying in the distance. The pair were worried, but knew they had to soldier on. This is their journey, and they must make it through. He tries to stick towards the ruins, so that in case the stone dragon ever spotted him, he had a chance of shelter and cover and hide away from the stone dragon. He tried to gain some warmth from some of the carpet weeds nearby. They discussed with each other, "We must hide from the stone dragons." But his companion ran ahead, and as he ran ahead, Red was like, "Oh no, we must go then, let's go, quick, we must go quickly." He tries to fly ahead, try to get towards the next shelter point, but a stone dragon is nearby. Has he spotted them? He looks on as they hide it inside the ruins, hoping that they were missed. But no! The stone dragon attacked and ripped the red druid scarves apart. Scared, both the druids quickly ran, as quick as they could. They were just glad that they survived an attack from the stone dragon. But Red was saddened that his scarf had been reduced to a pitiful fraction of what it once was. He no longer had the same power that he had. Ignoring the ruined shelters and his companion, Red rushed onwards, scared from his ordeal with the stone dragon. He just rushed towards the moon, heading towards the moon without a care for his companion. He had to survive, and so he soldiered on quickly. He would not be held back by his companion. But as Red soldiered on, the winds grew stronger, and Red grew weaker from the cold and the snow. The scarf that he once had no longer helping him power for longer bursts. He had to slowly trek along as his robe frosted over and covered with snow. They just make their way up the mountain, not knowing when their journey will end and when they'll reach their destination. His companion caught up with Red as they walk through this infinitely snowy landscape. Just snow for miles around. They cannot see the end of it. They only just see ruins spotted around and heavy snow winds blowing. Within distance, Red notices some ruins and some buildings, and he heads towards them, but the wind slows him down and stops him. Red hears the sound of his companion being attacked by another stone dragon, but he had no time to look back. He had to make it himself. Scared and worried for his own safety, Red soldiered on and trudged through towards the buildings, hoping he would gain shelter from the stone dragons as he reached them. Slowly trudges through and he gets through the gateway, and his companion also comes behind him. Red was just glad that he had survived the stone dragons, and was pleasantly surprised his companion was still alive after being attacked twice. They make their way through this narrow valley, and carpet rays covered in snow fly by, calling out to them. As they slowly trod on, they gather warmth from the carpet weeds they pass. And here it seems they're sheltered from the strong winds. And here they reach another section with loads of carpet weeds. Here it also seems many a druid have fallen. Many gravestones in this area. They've tried to gain as much power as they can from all the carpet weeds here. And as they fly up and make their way up towards the next archway, hoping that this will be the end of their mountain journey. But as soon as they reach the top, they realize this is not the end. They must carry on. Red was thankful for this break that he had from the strong cold winds. He trudged on, walking up the steps. He pondered. Did he have to care about his companion? Should he care? Maybe not. He just soldiers on himself. And as he reaches on, he realizes that this is the edge of a cliff. The building is just along the cliff and faces out a steep drop and along the mountainside. And they tried to walk along this path, which had seen better days. Strong winds kept blowing them back. The druids had to stay behind the stones for shelter from the strong winds, unless they were to be pushed back. Both druids were now frozen over, completely covered in snow. They wondered, what must have this place have been like before? It had clearly seen better days, but now covered in snow, this ruined pathway is no longer a sight to behold. Red thought to himself, the days when this path would have been great, offering amazing views out across the mountainside. Red luckily made his way across that frozen carpet ribbon, looking to see if there was anything else nearby to help him on his way. Alas, there was nothing. The druid pair stepped through the gateway, again, back out into the open snowscape, littered with gravestones. But now they saw the mountaintop. They could see their goal, but thunder struck around. Red was getting worried. The mountain was in sight, but the strong wind surrounding him, blowing him left and right, with nothing in nearby to show his hope apart from the mountaintop. Red was getting dizzy from the cold winds, being pushed around in the cold. He had no say on how he walked forward. He was being blown around, toyed around by the wind. As much as he could, he tried to stick heading towards the mountaintop. The ominous thunder just thundering in the background as Red slowly trudged up. Can he make it? Or would this be the end for Red? Would he join the masses of graves here? Would he just be another number in the snow? Just another fallen druid on his journey towards the top of the great mountain. The wind's dizzying Red as he zigzags along, not even knowing if he's going in the right direction. Always hoping that he will reach the top of the mountain. He stumbles on, and as he gets further along, Red slows down. He just, step by step, he slowly goes forward. But Red starts to think to himself, I don't think I can take any more. This may be it for me. He slowly trudges forward, step by step by step. Red comes slowly to a standstill. And here could be the end of Red's journey, as he seems to look towards the sky as he starts falling towards the snow. Is this the end of Red's journey? Subscribe to Lsrs to find out. So if you guys enjoyed, and click the like button below.